Hey guys, today we're going to be creating a simple wall assembly. So let's get started. First things first, we hit the plus button. We're going to give it a description. We're going to select our type. We're going to hit OK. So now that we've made our assembly, we need to bring in the items that make up the assembly. So I'm going to go plus. This will bring up your item picker. And I'm just going to go ahead and select some of the items we need by going through our groups and our types. We'll grab this steel stud. We'll go into our track. We'll grab these two. Notice I'm putting check marks first. Get a checklist before I hit the OK button. And I'll go into our drywall group. Go into drywall. We'll grab our fire rated type X. And we'll hit OK. Now that I got my items in here, you'll notice that there's a few items that came in that we did not select. That's okay. One of the things Winbid allows us to do is link items. So when I bring in my drywall item here, it'll bring in the screws I need and it'll bring in the labor item I need. So I'm going to move over to my sections. I want to set my section to boarding. My stage, I want it to be hanging. Dimension, I know I get my boards 10 by 4, so I'm going to set my dimension to 10 by 4 to give me the amount of pieces that I'm going to need to order. Formulas. Formulas are what's going to calculate your quantities. Formulas use your specifications as well as your takeoff properties. So I'm going to set the drywall formula to area. And if I look down here, it'll say I'm using the area variable to calculate the quantity for this, which my area is being calculated by my length times my height. Okay. Moving forward, my quantity percent, this is your wastage. I'm going to put a 5% wastage for those offcuts. I'm going to be boarding both sides, so not one side. So I'm going to switch this to a factor of 2. And your cost code, it's already been set, and all it is to organize your costs, and you'll be able to run reports based on cost code. Material rate has already been defaulted in, so we'll use that. Material increase, this is added in your rates and quantities. So once we've set these, we'll move into our labor side of things, and we'll go to our labor item, and it's going to use our area formula. It's asking us labor quantity method. Do we want just the base material quantity, or do we want the material quantity with all its increases? We'll set that to that. Activity code. You need an activity code to generate a labor cost. So it's already been defaulted as service, which is great. So we'll keep that. Labor cost code, like your material cost code, just a way to organize your costs as well as run reports. Labor rate method. So we have user defined as one of them. And what that does is it allows you to put in the labor rate you want per square foot. If we go quantity per day, it's going to ask us to put in a production rate, which I'll put in 1200. And then it's going to ask us to throw in a hourly rate, so we'll say 35. And then what it's going to do is it's going to calculate your labor rate based on your hourly rate, how many men, hours, and production rate. Labor increase, this is your increases. Efficiency, so efficiency is going to be tied to how well your guys or how fast the work will be able to be done. So if they're working at higher heights, then it'll take more time, so you may want to reduce this to a 50%. So now that we got everything set, we can go into our simulate takeoff to make sure that our drywall item is calculating correctly. And based off our specifications and our takeoff properties, we can see that it's giving us how many pieces we need, the total quantity, and our total. And if we want to see the labor portion of it, we go to our labor item. You can see that it's given us our quantity. It's given us our total base, our hours, how many days, and our labor total. And that's about it. That's all there is to creating an assembly. I hope this helps. Take care.